Alright, what's up, guys? Here live or afterwards. We'll give it a minute to get going. Might be a little slow going tonight. We'll see. Hey, Dustin. What's going on, buddy? We don't celebrate it, Dustin, but I suppose it was. It was good. And hey, Big Boys PEV. Just hanging out. Want to spend a little time with you. So, hope everybody's day has been great. Hope everybody had a good Christmas. Hope everybody had fun on the bike ride last night. Everybody who came along, thanks for that. Hey, what's up, Chet? How you doing, buddy? Hey, Paula. Good to see you guys. Thanks for being here. Hope everybody's having a great day. Oh, there's a tornado in Texas. I had no idea. I had not heard. Wish them all the best, of course. It's never a good situation. Well, glad you enjoyed the bike ride. Paula, I sure enjoyed the bike ride last night. I really love riding that bike. What's up, Liberty Tree? Good to see you. Yeah, Chet. Well, glad you're doing well, and I'm sure glad Christmas is over too. It's always way better afterwards, I think. What's up, Shane? And hey, Crystal. So yeah, I hope everybody had fun on the bike ride last night. We did it a different way than we usually do. What did I get for Christmas? I don't know. Little of this, little of that. But anyway, shout out to everybody again who came to the bike ride last night. I'm going to show you some numbers that you might not believe. We do a little better in vertical, like as far as views, than horizontal. I know most of you prefer to watch horizontal live streams for the bike ride, but with my phone mount and that new bike, I couldn't do it. It just wouldn't work. So we had to do vertical, and we got, hold on. If you could see that, 7,939 views on the ride last night. So shout out to all 7,939 of you that tuned in to the Wednesday bike ride. That's I guess that's the best we've ever done on a Wednesday stream. So shout out again to everybody, almost 8,000. Yeah, it's crazy that it's a popular ride, I guess, last night, Shane and guys. If I take the Schwin out again, I might have to do it like that again because it's too hard for me. Like the riding position on that bike, a road bike, pitch forward, it's too hard for me to hold the phone up with you guys like I normally do and, hold on to the bike with the other hand and still, ride somewhat safely. It's just not going to work out. So I had to do it vertically, and we got almost 8,000 views. And maybe we try it again and see if that was just a fluke or if it really goes that way um, consistently with vertical. I prefer watching the ride if I watch it afterwards because I miss a lot during the actual ride. I like to go back and see bits and pieces. I prefer to watch it in horizontal. So, Mark, is that it down at the bottom? Hi. Okay. So yeah. Thanks again to everybody who tuned in for the ride last night. And I suppose I'm gonna go. Like I want to do the Friday ride tomorrow. Maybe we do it the same way. I was just about to put the phone mount on the other bike. Um, I could always ride the other bike on the Chaos ride. I don't know. I really kind of want to ride the Schwinn because it's faster and it's easier to ride. I could probably do the whole Chaos ride on the Schwinn actually because it rolls so easily. I went more than 20 miles on that bike yesterday. And hey, everybody that's tuning in right now, thanks for being here. And big thanks again to the almost 8,000 of you that tuned in to the Wednesday bike ride last night. We'll see if we get that many next week. Yeah, it's a shame about tornadoes. Hope everybody's doing okay. Anyone that's in the path of one or has been affected by one, I hope it's going as well as it can. That's never a good situation. Tornadoes, you know, there's little you can do when one's coming. To protect property, really. I mean, you can go to a safer place or a storm shelter or something like that, but, if you're in the path of a strong tornado, there's really not a whole lot you can do about it. And that's a scary thing, and I wish everyone the best that may have been affected. Yeah, Chet. Well, I mean, I like it horizontal for a lot of reasons. The streams because it's a lot easier to see a lot more of what's going on. But for some reason, YouTube prioritizes the vertical streams. So I don't know. With the phone mount that I have, with the options that I have for streaming on the Schwinn bike, the road bike, it's gonna have to be vertical. But let's see. I bet Liberty Tree. That'll shake things up probably a little bit. I would say have everyone scrambling for cover needlessly. But better safe than sorry if you get an emergency alert. better to treat it like it's real, I guess. So let's see. I had a generally uneventful day. I'm just kind of waiting for things to arrive and come together and such. My the Uber Eats thing still didn't go through. I uploaded the new license and it's still like it hasn't cleared yet. I don't know what's going on with that. I didn't figure it. Like they said that should take a few hours at the most, and it's been like I know it is the week of Christmas and stuff, but it's been a couple of business days at least. I might have to call them tomorrow and be like, "What the hell?" I'm trying to get going on this. I set up the black bike, the pawn shop bike, for food delivery as best as I possibly could. Made a couple more adjustments and tweaks, made it a little more comfortable for someone my size to ride and a little easier to pedal. So I still want to take some deliveries pedaling, human powered. I'm having a lot of problems with my GoPro camera. It doesn't seem to want to, like, I guess the firmware update didn't work or something. I don't know. Like, I have a GoPro Hero 10 and it's never been, like, great. There's always been, like, quirks and bugs and stuff, but just about everyone else that I know that has one has had the same problems, but now mine's really acting up and it'll just barely work at all. And that poses a problem. I have, a lot of videos I'm trying to make here, especially on these bikes that I got going now. And I don't know, it's a hassle when the GoPro won't work or it freezes or overheats or does something stupid, some stupid GoPro crap that they're known for. And I really don't think I'm going to get another one. I've had a couple of them and like this one has worked okay enough up to this point, but now it's just not going well. And I've missed a lot of video opportunities lately because it's not working properly or at all sometimes. And that's frustrating. So I suppose I need a new action camera. I don't know what kind I would get next. I really want to get a 360 camera with the the handlebar stick thing, the invisible selfie stick that mounts to a bike or something. I think that'd probably be the best way to do it. If I'm riding bikes a lot and even, going downtown, just walking around and stuff, I still think a 360 camera would make a lot of sense. But I don't know for sure. I still want to get like a stationary, you know, like a just pointed forward camera like a GoPro or something I could still wear on the chest harness, for instance. Just I don't know about another GoPro. I don't suppose I would buy another GoPro at this point, based on the luck that I've had with my newest one, which is, not new anymore. It's like 3 generations back. So trying to find a good, I guess, action camera that works to replace the GoPro, and then something, some kind of 360-degree camera would be awesome at some point for bike rides, the group bike rides especially. I think, I'll live stream it, how I've been doing, and then have the 360 camera running too and post a video afterwards and get, an entirely different perspective. Yeah, thanks, Paula. I suppose. I think my son's okay. He was in the chat last night. Um, and he should be coming here soon. Well, yeah, about 3 weeks-ish. Yeah, oh yeah. I have an adult son who's coming to visit in a little while. He's coming for, something else, but we're going to hang out and spend some time together. I'll point him out next time, Paula. If he's in the chat. So it's a nice night to sit and stare at laser patterns. I was going to go out and do a few things this morning, but then I got a notification on my phone, and it's like rain likely for the next few hours. And it's kind of a dreary morning. Hope it's a little nicer tomorrow. Hope it's not too cold tomorrow night. It's still, even when we were having the nicer days, it's still, like, by the time it's been dark for a while, it still gets cold. It is December. This is traditionally, like right now, is traditionally the coldest time of the year in Las Vegas, like the last week of December. And we've been very lucky that it has not been like anywhere near freezing in the last couple of weeks. Anyway, not down in the valley anyway. No, it wasn't him, Paula. Hey, Danny, what's going on? Good to see you. Thanks for popping in tonight, everybody who's been hanging out. Thanks to the almost 8,000 of you that came on the ride last night, 7,939 as of now. Attended last night's live stream. Shane, are you going to do the Chaos Ride tomorrow? I'm debating which bike to do it on myself. Yeah, should be nice enough weather for the last week of December, considering how cold it normally is. Average temperatures this time of year should make for a nice ride. I'm thinking about it. And, looking at. So yeah, I got a notification from Paula, some news about tornadoes, I guess, and a couple other notifications. I need notifications about my Uber account getting, whatever, since I uploaded my new driver's license. I have my new driver's license. I've had it since Monday. I took a picture, uploaded it to them, all the stuff that they asked for, and they still haven't taken care of that yet. Oh man. I tell you what though, I'm itching to go out and ride bikes again, no matter what we do, where we go. Like, I might only do the first leg or two of the Chaos Ride tomorrow, like maybe down to Circus or the liquor store, and then do the ride on Saturday pedaling. I don't know, that road bike, that Schwin is freaking amazing. I'm loving that bike so much already. And it was only $75, and shout out again to Big Boys PEV for sending me $60 to spend on a vintage Schwin road bike that was gonna need too much work in the long run. So I found a slightly less vintage, quite a bit less vintage, Schwin aluminum road bike with a lot of good components, really fast, smooth bike, and got that thing out the door ultimately for $75, which is incredible. And hopefully Big Boys PEV is on the mend still, hopefully resting and recovering from his accident and injuries. Shout out to him, of course. Big Boys PEV, wishing you the best and a quick recovery. Yeah, the Schwinn is an aluminum frame. It's super light. The other bike was light. The black bike that I ride is super light, and the Schwinn is noticeably lighter. And it's an extra large frame too, so it suits my frame and build. It's a very comfortable bike for me to ride, but that thing is really fast. I mean, it just wants to go, and it takes very little effort to make that bike just fly. I was in fourth gear the whole time last night, the whole ride on that Schwin, and even the uphill parts, it was like you could feel it, you could tell when we were going gradually uphill, but it was still nothing, you know? It's just so little rolling resistance on that kind of bike, and that's so different from what I'm used to. I was always the BMX guy, um, and rode some mountain bikes and stuff, but chunky tires and dirt and not just effortlessly smooth like this road bike is somehow. But I mean, what a score. The original sticker price, the original price that they had on it was $285. I got it wrong. I thought it was $275. They had $285 on it originally, and I got it out the door for $75. It has a big scratch on the frame, and the tires were flat, and the brakes didn't work. So, I explained, it's like, hey, you're going to sit on this forever if I don't, kind of do you a favor here. Um, Nobody wants to buy a bike with a big frame scratch and flat tires and brakes that clearly don't work at all. But I did. I saw potential in this thing. I was like, screw it, we're going to make it work. And I did. And it does. And it's awesome. And it's so smooth and so fast. And, best 75 bucks ever spent on a bike, I would say. So shout out again. Big boys, there you are. Oh, 8 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks. But I'm sure, yeah, a dislocated knee sounds freaking horrible. Ugh. But, again, wishing you the speediest and most comfortable possible recovery, Big Boys PV, and I can imagine what a painful injury that must have been. And hey, baby love. And Kevin. Hello, Kevin. But good to see you, baby love, and everyone. Hey, Conrad, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you guys in the chat. Um, if you remember from last night, it was Conrad's first time. He was in the chat and the ride, and seemed to really enjoy the ride, and it was a super good ride last night, a really fun one. Great first ride for anyone who came out their first time, I suppose, including Conrad. But yeah, Conrad, looking forward to seeing you again tomorrow. I'm going to at least go out and say hey to everybody. And, do the first leg or two of the ride anyway. Oh, Conrad, whoa. You didn't have to do that, buddy. Super chat. I appreciate you. That's very kind. Thank you so much. You didn't have to do that. And, thanks for coming out and doing the ride last night and having a good time. So, and we were talking about that, how like the Wednesday rides, especially for me, just kind of became religion, like going to church, basically. It's something that I just have to do now. And once it gets in you, it just never comes out. And the experience of being in this group with these people is just, it's something you can't explain. You have to try it firsthand. Well, if I had anything to do with it, Conrad, I'm glad. That's kind of what it's all about. I'm trying to get as many people as possible to come out and try something like this. Or if there's something like this going on where you live, if you don't live in Las Vegas, hey, Kevin, I see you down there. What's going on, buddy? Yeah, Danny, I know, but like if it maybe organize a bike ride in your area guys, if there are other people that ride bikes or, electric bikes or scooters or whatever, like we do here, like everybody that can roll down the road at a certain speed for a certain duration can come and do this ride. So, yeah, I'm so glad, Conrad, that you're doing it now. You got yourself an awesome e-bike. You had a good time. I expect to see you out there pretty much every Wednesday now for sure. Because it's just such a wonderful thing to do, and I'm so glad that you're doing it. But yeah, point I'm making here is it's just good. It's a good, fun thing to do. It's a, very strong, noticeable energy in this ride, and you're just kind of surrounded by it, and it just kind of lifts you up and carries you along. And I don't know how else to explain it. And we've talked about this at length, and Irving had mentioned something about that too, and he's done the ride, of course. So, hey, Amy, I see you in there. Hello, hello. And Joe, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you, Joe. So, yeah, but thanks again, Conrad, for the super chat. I'm glad you're doing the rides now, buddy. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow if you're doing the, excuse me, the Chaos ride. I'm assuming it's occurring at the normal meeting spot, First and Gas. Let's see, it's not going to be a First Friday or anything. It's not New Year's Eve or anything. Christmas is over. I don't think there's anything special going on downtown, like that part of the Arts District tomorrow night. So I would expect that the Chaos ride is taking off from the usual spot. So I'll see anyone there, I guess, that's going for that. So yeah, I guess I'll see you then tomorrow. Conrad, should be a fun one. I pedaled for someone before. I took the black bike out and did a little bit, and then Rod did the whole Chaos ride. Rod did the whole thing on the black bike, the $90 pawn shop bike. Well, Joe, hopefully you get some good biking weather soon, and hey, maybe consider a move if it's a possibility. This is, much of the year, this is a wonderful place to ride bikes, Las Vegas. It does just get too hot, entirely too hot in the summertime. But the wintertime, even when it's cold, and it does get cold, I mean, you can still ride year-round. There's really no snow on the ground in the valley. We've, been fortunate to have had a very mild December this year. This is normally, like, this week right now is normally our coldest week of the year. And, high temperatures around 50 degrees and low temperatures in the 30s, the lower 30s usually. Those are just averages, and we're well above that. It's like 61 today, and low temperatures in like the low 40s, 43, 44. Not too bad. So you can still get out and ride. It is cold though. Oh, 20 inches of snow. That's enough to slow you down for sure. Not very good bike riding conditions, I would say. 10 inches of snow, maybe you can still get the bike out there, I think. But 20, that's a little much. But yeah, I mean, I guess in a sense you can ride bikes year round in Las Vegas. It's not always pleasant to do so, though. It can be a little too cold in the wintertime, a little too cold to enjoy being outside riding, and definitely way too hot in the summertime. I'm kind of trying to think of where I might go for the summer instead. I'd like to spend, I don't want to just spend 3 or 4 months without riding bikes, except for on Wednesday night or maybe occasionally Friday night if it's not too hot. You know, I want to keep pedaling. I feel better than I have in 10 years or so, just from all the pedaling I've been doing lately. And there are still major things wrong with me that aren't going to go away, but considering I like considering that that's still a factor, I feel great otherwise. So much better than I have in a long time, and I don't want to stop. I want to keep pedaling. I want to keep riding bikes whenever we can. But it was 120 degrees this summer in Las Vegas. It's likely going to be 120 degrees next summer in Las Vegas. That makes it very unpleasant for riding bikes. So, I don't know, maybe somewhere north of here or coastal or something. I want to do some bike touring. I want to get out there and just ride and just it's had quite a positive effect on my life, and I would encourage anyone else that's able to do so. I got this Schwin now. I have two bikes that I purchased for a total of $165. And they're both good bikes. And the cheaper one, that was $75 that I rode all day yesterday is freaking amazing. So, I mean, for very little money, if you don't even have a bike right now, for very little money, you could get involved. You could get yourself something to ride. You could get out there and pedal and improve your health. It just it helps me to clear my mind. I can just, I don't know. I'm more focused and balanced after I go on a bike ride. So I don't know. I'm just so glad that I'm riding bikes again, and I do still enjoy riding the e-bike and the scooter, of course. But I'm gonna do as much pedaling as I can because it's made an improvement in my body, my physical health, and just my mind loves it too. It's great overall. I really recommend it. And going if you can, especially, and going and doing group bike rides and such, if one is available, or maybe you could organize one. It's just it's just a perfect, wonderful thing to do. Oh, trying to read your comment, Danny. Hold on. Wow. That's awesome that you're gonna do the, solar panels and trailer and camping gear and everything. Danny, that's awesome. That's originally what I wanted to do when I got my e-bikes. Is I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna do some e-bike touring, but for me and the way I wanted to go first, it's too much of a production. Too many things that I still have to buy, and said things do cost a lot of money. But good for you, Danny, for wanting to get out there and do that. That sounds awesome. I'm gonna do a more analog version of that myself, whatever I can pack on a bicycle and then use human power. But my human power is getting stronger and more used to pedaling. I went 20 some odd miles easily on that Schwin yesterday, all total, and it felt great. I mean, yeah, a couple of months ago, if you'd have handed me a bike and said, let's see you do 20 miles, I might have made it two-thirds of the way and had a heart attack or something. Um, but yeah, yesterday I could have gone, at least another 10 miles before I packed it in for the day. So, I don't know, just after a couple of months of pedaling again, uh, it's like I'm feeling the difference, and progress is certainly being made. So, like I've said a lot on this channel, and will continue to say probably, like if an idiot like me can do it, an idiot like you could probably do it too. So, if I could find a good bike in a pawn shop for 75 bucks and ride it and feel great, I suppose you could as well. Maybe you should. That does sound like an awesome view, though, doesn't it? About 1,500 feet higher than where you are, Danny. That's pretty good. Bike US Highway 101. I've heard of people doing that Liberty Tree. There are a lot of, I had considered the possibility and looked into the possibility. If I had a sponsor and like the money and stuff, I don't suppose there's anything that would stop me at this point from wanting to do a cross-country bicycle ride. But it's just like too much of a financial undertaking. But I've heard of people going a bunch of different ways. There's like 5 or 6 known common ways to do it. I think one of them involves the, US Highway 101 at some point. Oh, a haunted hotel in Jerome. That would be really cool, especially if you could capture anything haunted while you're there. I'm still trying to catch some paranormal activity on film myself. I live in a haunted apartment, this place where I'm sitting right now. Every now and then, like a residual energy comes through the door and goes into the kitchen. And then there's another one that like kind of moves around the whole building, I guess. I don't know, but I haven't been able to catch anything. But yeah, it'd be cool if you got something, Danny. But it sounds awesome if you could put all that together. But that's just the thing, like the money. Money is kind of what stops most of us from doing most things, I think. Um, like I was saying a minute ago, if money were not an issue, as soon as the weather permitted, I'd hop on a bike like the one I got at the pawn shop for $75 and start pedaling across the country and see how far I made it. Probably make it the whole way if I had the time and the money. But that's too often, unfortunately, the holdup for everybody. Is everybody's got something cool that they want to do, and you work towards it and you hope that it works out, and it's just, I don't know. Sometimes corners have to be cut. Sometimes it's not possible to do it at all. I think that sometimes too, Danny. Oh, sorry, you had an issue with Facebook, Joe. But oh, no chain pedaling. I think I've heard of that bike that you speak of, Joe. That sounds pretty cool, though. I think chains. Excuse me, sorry, kind of hoarse tonight. I think chains are better for analog bikes, and electric bikes, should have a way around it. I know a lot are using belts now, like Emil's e-bike. He's got the guy that rides the elliptical on the Wednesday rides. He's got a really nice e-bike, and it's the same concept as a chain drive, but it's got a belt. Um, and I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, something that didn't have a chain or a belt at all. It had just like, a torque sensor or whatever that moved the back or the motored wheel a certain speed or whatever. I think that's cool, and I think we're probably going to be seeing more of that. I love the torque sensor in my Cheetah e-bike, even though that bike has a chain and a derailleur and shiftable gears and everything. It does have a pretty good torque sensor that's responsive and accurate. Yeah, true. Go Johnny, go. Good call. And that's true. Emil can only pedal, at a one geared speed if he wants to. Yeah, true, Shane. But again, like Go Johnny Go said, it's the one speed thing with the belt. But I don't know. I suppose there's no perfect technology in that regard just yet. But a lot of progress has been made, and just with bicycles, even lately. Have you seen some of the stuff that they got on bicycles now? They got road bikes that you could spend $15,000 or $20,000 on that have electronic shifting gears, and stuff like that. Just crazy things. I mean, just I don't know. It's really wild. Yeah, 127 pounds is heavy. Mine is about 90 pounds, and I got to carry that upstairs, and that's enough. Like, I'm not, like, as long as I live on the second floor, I'm not getting any heavier e bikes than the one I already have. Yeah, there's something to be said for that kind of range. Danny, for sure. 120 miles. If I'm doing pedal assist one on my bike, mostly flat, I can do 50 miles, which is pretty good. A lot of bikes won't even do that. I'm going 18, 19 miles an hour in pedal assist one on my bike. Um, but yeah, I know some of these bikes just get crazy range. But you got the weight of the huge battery is the downside. But that's the kind of bike that you can take on long trips if you have a trailer and an extra battery, a battery bank and a solar panel and all that. it's a lot more doable under those circumstances. Oh, they do. Joe for 10 grand. It bounces too much. Go, Johnny, go. It got kind of squirrely. I just roll it up the stairs. I don't carry it much. I have to, like lift it and turn it sometimes, but, for the most part, I roll it, but it's still, like rolling 90 pounds up the stairs. Wow. That's a big battery, Danny. I got 25 total amp hours between two batteries, so 60 is huge. Yeah, I know there are a lot of expensive electric mountain bikes. Yeah, no, I have. Hey, batteries are getting lighter. I mean, technology is progressing, and it's awesome. I'm excited to see what electric bikes look like 10 years from now. For instance, like how amazing are they going to be by then? They're going to weigh half as much probably and go twice as far. And, who knows? Who knows what it could be like in the future. But already, I mean, so much has progressed and evolved with e-bikes and scooters in just the last 5 years or so. The technology has I mean, I don't know. It's come a long way in a short time. Yeah, solid state batteries are going to be lighter and uh like more range and longer lasting and more stable. I guess a lot of people worry about lithium batteries now, and a lot of cheap ones can explode and catch fire and all that kind of stuff that freaks people out. So, I mean, if the battery technology can improve and evolve and be a lot safer, um, people I think will respond in kind, like just be more drawn. People that are maybe resistant to them now. Yeah, I guess inspecting gadgets. That's a long haul bike for sure. I'm never gonna get anything close to that. If I pedaled like no throttle, but like throttle assist one and just pedaled mostly flat on my bike, I might get 60, 65 miles. Yeah, go Johnny go. I know a lot of places like here they told me I was concerned about that because I had electric scooters when I moved in here and they said you have to keep them inside your unit. You can't lock them up outside or anything. It's like, okay, as long as nobody has a problem with it. I don't worry about any of my electric vehicles, especially now that the Unagi scooter is gone. I never really worried about that. I mean, it had a decent battery, I guess. Um, but like if you got a cheap Amazon scooter or something that doesn't have battery management, or you're not using the right charger or something and it gets too hot or whatever, I don't know. I mean, I worry about that. I worry about other people's electric vehicles, not mine. I don't just leave mine charging and forget about it and go out and do things or whatever, and I don't know, the way some people might. Yeah, they might hover in the future. That would be awesome. Yeah, right. No, it'd be great if they made them hover. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, Shane, really. And I know if you got a decent bike with good batteries, and I know you have two decent bikes with good batteries, you don't have to worry about it. And battery management, and if you're using the appropriate chargers, like when the light turns green on the charger, you can still leave it plugged in and it's going to be fine. I just don't. I try not to for any length of time anyway, but it's not an issue. Yeah, batteries are seemingly usually the most expensive part of the bike. That's been my experience with it anyway. Joe. Oh man. I'm tired. I was up early again today. I've been doing a lot of monotonous crap, like waiting for the red lights to get here, my little cheap lights, so I can start selling those soon. I still haven't been able to do any Uber Eats. I hope that's sorted out tomorrow. I'm gonna have to call them if not. Um, I gotta get the cash flow going again. So I got the black bike all ready to do some Uber Eats. I'm gonna use a backpack, I guess. I have a little bag for the back rack where I can keep my bike lock and a bike pump, and the little tire pump that I have, and a drink or something, little odds and ends that I might need. So I'm making that bike as good as I can. I want to just, like, if my GoPro worked, I'd go out and make, Uber Eats and DoorDash videos like I used to, but I'm having all kinds of problems with my GoPro right now. It doesn't seem to want to do a firmware update, which seems to be the problem. I don't know. I'm over it, but I might have to find a different action camera, and I don't know. It doesn't feel like a Thursday, does it? Christmas Christmas kind of throws everything out of whack. Christmas is like a big holiday, and like the whole world stops, even Vegas, pretty much. I mean, all the casinos and stuff are open, but still, I mean, people just kind of stop. on Christmas, and it's like a time change, the daylight savings or whatever. It throws everybody off for a little while. My GoPro is just inspecting gadgets. I'm having all kinds of problems with my GoPro, and I've missed a lot of video making opportunities lately because of it. I need another action camera, or more reliable action camera. So I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do about that yet. But I just can't seem to get it to work reliably, and it freezes and overheats and does other dumb things that newer GoPros do or have been known to do. Mine does all of those things that you hear about, and it just keeps getting worse, and I don't know what to do about it. And the last few times I've tried to use it, I haven't been able to. Yeah, the DJI ones are supposed to be really good, and I like the Insta 360 cameras too. Um, I'd love to have, I think the 360 camera, if I were to buy a new action camera right now, I think the 360 one makes the most sense. But I also need something to do the GoPro shots that I'm getting now, like the one that I can wear on the chest harness or whatever. So the DJI would fit on there. I don't know. I don't know what the other options are. It's a terrible time for it. I don't have money to eat most of the time, let alone buy another action camera, but it is, kind of necessary for the future of this channel. So I don't know what kind of strings I can pull or things I can work out, or maybe like if I could go to DJI and be like, hey, I've got a budding YouTube channel and I really hate GoPros. Can you send me one of your action cameras and see what happens? Sony or Samsung, I don't know if they got decent action cameras, Dustin. Huh, well, that's interesting, Danny. And that's interesting too, Go Johnny Go. I mean, you see me doing a lot of night riding and stuff. So, something that looks good at night, good nighttime video would be helpful, certainly. I had a DJI drone that I really liked, the DJI Mini SE. I should have never gotten rid of that. I'd love to get another drone too, but it seems like the priority now is the regular, filming camera that I use most often on this channel. So, I mean, the GoPro is great for what it is. If it just worked reliably, I'd be very happy with it. It does a lot of wonderful things. But at the end of the day, it's an unreliable piece of crap. And I hate to have to say that about it. So hopefully I can get that figured out because I want to keep going with, like the point of view stuff like we're doing now, the GoPro on the front of my motorcycle helmet or the chest mount harness um, mounted to the front of a bike or a scooter or something. I want to be able to do that. And I hate having a GoPro that should work fine, but it doesn't. So, I mean, maybe I can get the firmware update to work, and then the thing will be alright for a while. But, like I said, I've missed too many opportunities lately to film, and the camera's gone haywire or overheated or frozen or done something stupid. So I gotta find a way around that. Uh, yeah, I don't know, Danny. It's all getting weird, I know. It's so early still. It feels late. It feels really late. I hadn't even gone out last night yet. At this time, was just getting ready to head out, and now, like, it's that same time the next night, and I'm ready to go to bed pretty much. Shout out again to the now 7,943 who tuned in for the bike ride last night. Almost 8,000 watched the bike ride stream last night, and thank you. Oh, well, that's good, I guess. It's unlocked. It is more views than usual. Go Johnny Go. We did it vertically last night because that's the only way I could do it on the Schwin bike. I had to put my handlebar phone mount on there. So I could only film, like, for you guys to be able to see, I could only film vertically. And we got, about twice as many views as a good average stream, maybe. A good horizontal stream is, 3 or 4 thousand views normally. So that's pretty good. Morton, Mortontown, Texas. That's a shame. I mean, I know tornadoes are always a possibility in that part of the country. More so usually, North Texas and north of Texas. But I don't know. Yeah, I guess it does. Go, Johnny, go. YouTube definitely pushes the vertical streams harder, I've noticed. I prefer to do horizontal streams on Wednesday because, especially if you're watching it on a TV or a laptop or something, you can really see what's going on a lot better. But like I said, on the Schwinn, the road bike that I have, the only option right now is vertical. I really love to ride that bike too. Yesterday was the first time I ever rode it, but better believe I'm going to ride that thing a lot. Hey, Renee, hello. Oh no, working all day yesterday. Aw. Well, thank you, Renee, and sorry you had to work all day, but glad you're here now. Well, one advantage to living here, I guess, Danny, is you can just go right down the road and get some, I guess, if you want. It'll turn sideways, but there's like a handlebar in the way. Go, Johnny, go. So it'll obstruct the view of the camera lens. It doesn't swivel or anything. You can turn it, but like it's like straight mounted. So when I put it on my road bike handlebar, the only way to do it is vertical if you're going to see anything. Oh wow, that's a long Christmas day, Renee. Working. Oh wow, glad Steve was there cooking dinner. Aw. Are the lounges open yet, Shane? One of them opened already, I know, somewhere around here. Nice. I'm getting hungry, man. I need to have some money rolling in. I really need for them to straighten out the Uber Eats thing tomorrow. I didn't think it was going to take days. They said it was just going to be a few hours. I was waiting a few extra days for my license, and now I'm waiting a few extra days to get my Uber account going again. That's really got to happen soon. I got the black bike all ready to take deliveries, doing some pedaling. So, oh, frozen pizza sounds awesome. I would definitely love to eat some of that. 12 noon, Shane. Awesome. I need something good to eat after this. Like, I have very little to eat at home. I'm gonna have to go get groceries tomorrow. I can't really spend the money, but I have to. Like, you gotta eat. Um, but still, I got a lot of catching up to do. I'm waiting for my lights to get here. Everything is in motion. It's just slow motion, and I hate that. It's like I don't know. I need it now. I need it to just start working out now. But I'm excited to try taking a delivery on a bicycle. Oh, Ron, to you as well. Yes, I do live in a studio apartment, Danny. But Ron, good to see you. Merry Christmas to you as well. Hope everybody had a great Christmas. Mine was generally uneventful except for some bike riding, which was lovely. No, it'll happen. Danny, it's a good value around here. Well, not really, but like it's the cheapest way to live in downtown Las Vegas, probably. I gotta figure out. I should have gone and got groceries today, but I knew that the store is going to be a madhouse all day, like the day after Christmas. Um, so I suppose I'll go tomorrow and just maybe sandwiches, I guess. Cheap food to keep me going a couple more days, but like still like good, carbohydrates and protein because I'm doing a lot of pedaling now. So that's the thing. I gotta just make sure I'm getting plenty of, protein and carbs in my diet now for all the pedaling I'm doing, but still like on a budget, you know? Oh wow, that's pretty good, Danny. That's a bargain for rent with utilities. Oh man, I'm so tired. It's just kind of a dreary. I guess the sun came out for a while, but it was a lot of clouds and kind of gray and dreary today. That always slows me down a little. Yeah, I guess this whole region has been getting some moisture rolling in. A lot of places have been getting rain. Guess we just had a couple of sprinkles off and on. I was going to go out and take a ride this morning, and then my phone notified me saying it's expected to possibly rain in Las Vegas over the next few hours. Like, okay, maybe I better not go out and ride my bike then. Hope it's a little sunnier tomorrow. I gotta go to the store in the morning at least. I gotta sort through all the crap that I'm gonna put on eBay that I still have like here at home and figure out how I'm gonna, like groupings of things like my record collection. I'm not gonna try and sell them individually anymore. I'm gonna group like certain ones together, my DJ records, and um, sell them off that way and some other stuff. I have some airsoft guns, like little hand ones, like a Smith and Wesson replica and a couple others. I'll put those in like a lot of them with all the airsoft stuff that I have and be like, $75 or whatever, free shipping. Stuff like that. I got to do that all day tomorrow. Get rid of everything that I can get rid of. Raise as much money as I can raise. When the lights are starting to come, I should have a couple tomorrow. A handful of lights. I can replenish a couple of my listings for those once the red lights get here. And that'll be helpful. Start the ball rolling on eBay sales again. I've taken a few months off now. I haven't really sold anything. Just kind of, I was going to do something else. I didn't want to, bother with eBay at all. But now it looks like, I can pay some bills with it. So I'll keep going for a while. I mean, hell, 190,000 completed sales transactions on eBay since 1998. So it's like second nature. I can do it in my sleep. It's a hassle and a process, but it does make money. So I'm looking forward to some of that again, I guess. Oh wow, that's cool, Danny. The P51. Well, I know, 3D printing can be a long process, but hey, if you got it running in the background, it's good side hustle, I guess, making 3D printed airplanes. I thought of another side hustle. I mean, the couple of bicycles that I have purchased now, as soon as I've gotten both of them, people I know and other people are like, "Will you sell it?" You know, can I buy it off you? And I really enjoy working on bikes as well. I've really enjoyed working on these two. And I'm finding crazy deals and could, you know, take like three bikes that maybe need a little something and make two great bikes and have some extra parts, you know, and maybe make a few extra dollars while really enjoying myself. So I'm thinking of doing that now, and I've been, you know, sniffing out all the bike deals. I wish I had some money to throw at it right now. There's three good bikes that I could buy right now. Three of them that I could ultimately make hundreds of dollars on that I could buy for a total of $200. And I hate to let the opportunity go by, but I just don't have $200. But if I did, I have a little time. I can make these bikes, you know, perfect in a rideable sense and, you know, sell them for a profit. Oh, wow. No, I know what you mean. I know what you're talking about, Danny. That's going to be awesome, I'm sure. So again, I appreciate everybody taking the time coming and hanging out for a while. And hope everyone's Christmas was great. I got a bunch of things to do tomorrow, but it should be a good, productive day. Um, I'm going to try to get as many things done as is possible. I worked on the bikes as much as I'm going to for now. I need to get some parts for both of them ultimately, but that, you know, takes time and costs money. Oh, no, I hear you. So, anyway, I guess I'm gonna have a snack or something, chill out, get to bed early. Big day tomorrow. Might go live at some point for a little bit for some of a bike ride. We'll see how it goes. And got to figure out something to do on an action camera or a way to fix mine and get it to do the firmware update or whatever it needs to do to work properly. Having some GoPro issues again. It just it just doesn't want to work right for some reason. I don't know. And it's frustrating. But yeah, you too, Danny. I hope everybody has a good night. I guess I'm gonna pack it in for now. But thanks again to currently the number is 7,943 that tuned into last night's bike ride. That's a pretty good turnout, I would say. So we'll see if we can top that next week. But anyway, I suppose that's it for now. I sure do appreciate you taking the time. Hope everybody's Christmas was awesome. Hope everybody has a great Friday. And I'll check in with you at some point. We'll do something. So until then, take care and thanks for hanging out. And I'll see you again soon.